Okay, guys. Yeah, we are. Uh, let's start. Let's start the class. Let's start the class. So, guys, let's start the mathematics class. So yesterday, I gave you for classwork. I mean assignment. This should be the first question. Okay, I gave you as assignment yesterday after the class yesterday, and I gave you the second one, and I gave you the third. This one as third one, and this will be the fourth one. That is the four assignment I gave you yesterday. That's the four assignment I gave you yesterday. So guys, let's move without wasting much of time. If you are just joining us, we are watching just joining for the live for the first time. If I just joining for the live for the first time. If I just joining for the live for the first time. If you're just joining us for the first time, I would like to take a restart for today by tell your name and where you're watching us from. So if you have any question, like we call you based on your name, that is the attendance. That is the attendance of today. So that is how we always do every single thing. So we'll be treating in this. We are by today, by the end of this class, we should be rising up from this topic. Uh, so this will be the question 5. Okay, the question 6. We'll be looking from this slide video today. So, but the question 1 to 4. For this question 1 to 4. Okay, from this question 1, 2, 3, 4. That is the assignment I gave you yesterday, and some of you guys are submitted. So I'm still waiting for some guys to be among us today before we before I'm still waiting before we start. I need at least a comment before we start the class. So this can be assure you guys are with me in this live class. Please let's be snappy with it. Let's be fast with it, please. And let's be active with it, please. So we can start the class. I'm waiting for you guys. So join us and let's start the class together. Join us and let's start the class together. I need a response for you guys. So before I proceed, I need a response for you guys before I proceed, please. Um, Tell us your name and where you're watching from, and where are you are attending the class from. Sorry for that. So I'm waiting for your response, guys. I need a comment before we proceed to the class. I need a comment for you guys before we proceed the class. I need a comment for you guys before we proceed the class. Okay, guys, can we start the class? Okay, guys, shall we proceed with this solution of this? This is the current assignment I dropped for you guys in the group yesterday to solve. And the first question is, if 101 base 2 plus 1 2, this is base y. Okay, I made the conversion to here yesterday. This is in base y. That is 1 2 base y equal to, we have 2 3 base 5, and we try to find the value of y. So if per you find this question, it isn't coming WAEC examination or JAMB examination or any kind of exam you're about to write, how do you attempt to solve this mathematics question? If you find this type of question, how do you attempt to solve it? It's quite very simple. Let's look at the question 2, okay? As some of you guys that submitted the assignment I gave to you, some of you got it correctly, but some of you guys you missed it with some little mistake. That is why you mix it up. So the question is, if y is equal to 2 3 base 5 plus 101 base 3, find the value of y. Leave your answer in base 2. We are told to leave the answer in base 2. Okay, so let's go again. The question 3 says we should evaluate, that is 2022 base 3 minus 1122 base 3. Okay, we have the option there. And the fourth question I gave it as a summit. The fourth question I gave it as a summit is, it is given that 4p4 base 5 equal to 119 base 10. Find the value of p. I try to find the value of p. All these questions are very simple, but for today's class, we are going to be solving just 2 questions, and then we call it a day. For this particular, for this today lesson. We'll be talking about how to solve question 5. The question 5 is, if the following numbers, if the following number in ascending order, arrange the following number in ascending order of magnitude. We have the number, we have 1 1 base 2, we have 3 1 base 8, we have 4 2 base 5, and we have the options there. And also the question says we also be solving the two numbers, we have 2 4 base s and 3 1 and 3 1, this is base y, are equal in value converted to base 10. You have to convert it to base 10, then we find the equation, connecting s and y. We're trying to find the equation connecting s and y. Now, how do we attempt to solve this question? So if we have any question based on what we taught yesterday, if we have any question, and also based on the assignment, before I solve it for you guys, if you have any issues, can let me know in the comment section before I proceed with the solution of these questions. Okay, before I proceed the solution of this question, if you have any issues, okay, let me know in the comment section. Before I proceed. I'm waiting for you guys so I can proceed with the class. I'm waiting for your response, guys, so I can move on with the class. So I'm waiting for you guys so that I can move on with the class. So if you're here and you're here yesterday and you submit this class, the assignment I gave you is submit to my GM, as I always instruct you. Okay, so GM, some of you guys made some little mistake when you were solving it, in which I have corrected. Yes, that's the reason why come live today for today's class. Let me share with you the solution and how you solve it. Okay, as opposed with the correction. Okay, there's a problem. Top where welcome. Welcome back to today's class. Okay, I'll paste the question. So like two of guys that submitted the class out for me, the question one, they have little issue with it, in which I will explain when I get to that step, and the question two, they have little issue with it. I will explain in that aspect, and it's very simple. And the question three, like three of them got it correctly, and also question four, it was got incorrectly. And this question five is not the part of assignment I gave you guys. Okay, let's make it easy and let's proceed. Okay, we have this question. Let me try to create space here. Let me okay, maybe they will see I have enough space so we can solve it here. So let me take my pen out and let me write it. Okay, so the question one, let's solve the question one. Because once we that if 101 base 2 plus 12 base y, this one is base y equal to 23 base 5, we're told to find the value of what? Of y. Now let's write the expression out. The expression says that we have one, okay, 101 rather 101 in base 2 plus, okay. So let me try to create space. I think that's that page. So that is b plus, okay, plus of 1 2 base y equal to, okay, 2 3, sorry, this place, that is 2 3. So that is 2 3 in base 5. This is the expression, and this is the question. Okay, this is the question. That is 101 in base 2 plus 12 base y equal to 23 in base 5, and we're told to find what? To find the value of y. The question is raised us to find the value of y. So we're trying to find the value of y. Now let's see the step by step and how to solve this question. Now let's say the step by step to solve this question. Now, in order to solve this question, the first thing, yesterday when I explained something similar to this, I'll say that whenever you are given a question like this in number base, and you can see the base of the first term there, the base of the second term there, and the base of the third time there, they are not the same. Here the base is 2, the base is y, the base is 5. They are not the same. They are totally different. The first thing you have to do here is to convert all the terms to what? To base 10. That is the first method. That will be the first step. You convert all the terms to what? You convert this one to base 10, you convert this one to base 10, you convert this one to base 10, and then you get your answer. That is very simple. That is how you solve it. Now, sorry for that. Let's convert this one to base 10. This time here, that means we're converting 101 in base 2 to base 10. Now, yesterday, we're converting to base 10. We'll be using expansion method. In the expansion method, you take the 4 digit here, that is 1, multiplied by the base, which is what? 2. Plus, okay, you take the next digit, that is 0, multiplied by the base, that is what? 2. We have plus, okay, the next digit, that is 1, multiplied by the base, that is what? 2. Now, after we have expanded, the next thing you have to do is to indicate the index. Okay, the next thing to do is to indicate the index. That is the next thing to do. You indicate the index, and when you are indicating the index, you look at it, you start from the right hand side there. Okay, I start for the right hand side there. You indicate the index on top the base. This is the first word, this is the second one, where the third one, you indicate the other word, the base, and you start labeling it to be base power of 0, into the first base power of 0, the second one base power of 1, okay, like that, base power of 2, 0 to have another one like 3, like that. So the last base. I get now. That is how you indicate the index. Now, after indicating the index, The next thing you have to do is just like us, so you're doing it in very simple mathematics. This one means that 2 is power of 2 here, and this one means that 2 is power of 1 here, and this one means that 2 is power of what? Of 0 here. Are you following? So, okay, now let's go. This means that we have 1 multiplied by 2 raised power of 2, that is 2 times what? Multiply itself in 2 times. Plus, and then this one you have 0 multiplied by 2 raised power of 1, it means that 2 plus, and then we have 1 multiplied by 2 raised power of 0. Anything raised power of 0 is always equal to what? 1. Anything at all, it may be any number that raised power of 0, it's always equal to 1. It's always equal to 1. Take note of that. Any number raised power of 0 is always equal to 1. Take note of that. Now, let's make it more interesting. Now, let's solve it in this very simple mathematics here. Let's solve it in a very simple mathematics. This one means that 1 times 2, that is 2 times 2, we have 4. So it means that we have 4. Plus, okay, we have 0 times 2 here, that give us 0, plus, and then give us 1 times 1 here, that's equal to what? 1. When we add this one together, 4 plus 0 plus 1, that will give us 5. So it means that this one is equal to 5 in base 10. So when you are converting 101 base 2 to base 10 is equal to what? 5 in base 10. That is the we have covered this one. Now let's come to the second one here. I got the second one here, so let me try to roll it to avoid mistake. Let's start the second one here. We have 2 base y equal to, now let's convert to base 10. You take the 4 digit, that is 1, okay, multiplied by the base is y, that is multiplied by y, plus, okay, the second digit, that is 2, multiplied by the base, that is equal to what? Y. Now after you have done that, the next thing to indicate the index, start from number 0 and it will be on top what? Or the base at the right hand side. That means that this one is power of 0 here. This one is power of what? Of 1. I get now. So that is how you indicate the index. Now the next thing you have to do here now, let's solve it in the simple mathematics. This one means that y is power of 1 and y is power of what? 0 here. So it means that y is power of 1 is y. Okay, y times 1, that gives us as what? As y, plus, okay, and this one to be 2 y is power of 0 here, that will equal to what? 1. Okay, so let me write this one out. That is 2 multiplied by y is power of 0, that is anything is power of 0 is always equal to 1. So definitely we have what? 1 here. Again now, so therefore we can say that, okay, 2y base 5 is equal to, in this place that is to be y plus 2 times 1, that's equal to what? 2. So it will be this in base 10. So when you are converting 2 base y is equal to y plus 2 in base 10. Are we following? Are you getting it now? Do you understand it to this extent? Let me know in the comment section if you understand it, how I get it to this extent, so I can proceed to the second step. So let me know if you understand to this level. If you understand to this level, let me know before I proceed to the next step. So if you understand to this level, let me know before. Okay, let's go. Now the next step down, we are told to find what this second part, the third part, the last part here. So let me try to read this one out. Let's have the last part here. That is what? That is 2 3 in base 5. So let's convert it to base 10. Let's convert it to base 10. Now if you're converting this to base 10, what you just have to do here is the same thing we do here. The first digit here, that is 2, okay, that is 2, okay, that is 2 multiplied by the base, that is what? 5, okay, and then that is the second one, that will be 3 plus, we have 3 multiplied by the base, that is what, 5. And after you are expanding, the next thing indicate the index, starting from the word 0 for the on top of the base for the right hand side, we have 0 here. The second base that will be called what, this one 1. So this one means that 5 is full of 1 here, and this one means that 5 is full of 0 here. Now let's solve it in a simple mathematics now. So in this place now, we have 5 is full of 1 here, that is 5. Okay, so 5 times 2, that gives us as 10. Here becomes we have a 10. Take note of that. Here we have 5 is full of 1, that is 5. 5 multiplying itself in one place, that is 5 is full of 1, they give us 5. 5 times 2, we have 10. We have plus, also we have a 3 times 5 is full of 1. 5 is full of 0 is always equal to 1. Anything is part of 0 is equal to 1. Take note of that. So 1 times 3, that will give us as what? As 3. Here becomes 3. Hope you get that. I hope you understand that. So that will be equal to 10 plus 3. That will give us as what? As 13. You have 13 in base 10. So that simply means that when you have 2 or 3 in base 5 is equal to 13 in base 10. Is equal to 13 in base 10. We understand it to this part. Now, since we have converted everything, we are converting everything in a step by step. We are able to convert it in step by step. We start from the first one here. The first one, what we get at the first one? In the first one, we get as 5 base 10, and the second time there we get as y plus 2 base 10, and the last step here where we get as what? As 13. Where we get as 13. Now let's put it to the general expression the way it was given in the question. The way it was given in the question, let's put it there to what we have there. Now it will be equal to, let me try to create space. So it will be equal to, so we have it as 1 0 1 in base 2 plus, okay, and we have 1 2 y in base y equal to, we have 2 or 3 in base 5. So in this 1 0 1 in base 2, when you convert it to base 10, we have the answer to be equal to 5. So here this one becomes 5 in base 10 plus, and then this 1 2 base y is equal to, that is y plus 2 in base 10. So here we have what? Y, okay, plus 2 in base 10. Again, now they will be equal to, and this word 2 3 in base 5 is equal to 13 in base 10. We have 13 in base 10. So they are all in base 10 now. So they are all in base 10. You can see all these bases, this also in what is in base 10. All this one, they are the same. They are the same base. Then you can use this word in a normal mathematics. Okay, you can solve it what in normal mathematics. In addition, you guys all knows very well. Sorry for that. Now let's do the simple mathematics here. Let's do the simple mathematics here. So in this place now, if you still have 5 plus 3 here, okay, here if you take the for the right hand left hand side here, we have correct right hand, this will be 5, okay, 5 plus, you have plus 5 plus 2 here, plus what? Y, okay, is equal to what? 13. Again, is equal to 13. Now in this place now, 5 plus 2, that gives us a 7, okay, plus what? Y equal to what? 13. Now you have to get the value of y here, you have to take this, make this y the standard formula by taking this 7 to the other side. When you take 7 to the other side here, it returns to what? Minus 7. So that means that we have y now is equal to, that is 13 minus 7. Again, this sign here is plus. Immediately it goes to the other side, touches this equal to, it will change to minus. It will change to minus. So that is why I have this word minus 7. That is why I have this minus 7 here. Now let's do the simple mathematics now. When you subtract 13 minus 6, 13 minus 7, that will give us what? 6. That means our y here is equal to what? 6. So the value of y is equal to 6. The value of y is equal to 6. The question says you find the value of y, and then we get the value of y to be equal to what? 6. Okay, we have the value of y to be equal to 6. So that is the step by step to solve this kind of mathematics question. That is step by step to solve this mathematics question. Do you have any question? Do you have any question? Do you have any question? I hope you get it correctly. I hope you get it correctly. So let's look at the option. If you have any question, let me know in the comment section. If you get it correctly, please say I understood. Okay, if you got it correctly, say you understood. So let me share. Let's see the option. I think for the question as an option, so you can see the option. You can see the option. Consider the option. It is option C. It is option C. C. It is option C. C is equal to C. So the option here is option C. That is the answer to this question. That is option C. That is answer to this question. Do you have any question before we proceed? Do you have any question before we proceed? Do we have any question before we proceed? You can check it very well. If you have any question, let me know before we move to the next class. Before we move to the um, next question to solve. Any question? If you understand, please respond that you understood so we can move to the next question. So we can move to the next question. If you understood, please let me know so we can move to the next question. So let me know in the comment section if you have any questions. Are we free to go? Shall we move to the next? Okay, no question. Okay, okay. So let's move to the next question. Let's solve the question 2 of the assignment together. Let's solve the question 2 of the assignment together. So let me share with you the question 2 and then we solve it together. Let me share with you the question 2 and then we solve it together. So the question 2 reads if y is equal to 23 base 5 plus 101 base 3, find the value of y. Leave your answer in base 2. Okay, we're told to leave your answer in base 2. Now if you see this question, okay, as of you that submit the classwork assignment yesterday, it's only like 3 of you guys that got it correctly, and some of you made just simple mistake. This is where you made a mistake because they said that you should leave the answer in base 2. Okay, leave the answer in base 2. That is where most of you guys made a mistake when you solve it. Okay, when you solve it. So let's proceed how we can solve this question. Let me write the expression out and then we solve it. We say that y is equal to 23 base 5 plus we have 101 base 3. So let's solve it here. Let me solve it here. Let me try to look at this space here. Okay, let me solve it here. Let me try to. So let's log this question 2. Okay, Now the question says that we have y is equal to 2 or 3 in base 5. Okay, I think it's let me say the question again. So that is y, if y is equal to 2 3 in base 5, and we have a 1 0 plus 1 0 1, okay, in base 3. So we have plus 101 in base 3, and we're told to find the value of y here, whereby this y, you should leave the answer in a you should leave this answer of y in base 2. Now that is the first thing I have to do here. You check the number you're given. Do they have the same base? No, they don't have the same base. Since they don't have the same base, what you just have to do here is to convert the both term to what? To base 10. You have to convert it what? To base 10. So let's convert this one to base 10. That means we're converting 2 what? 2 3 base 5 to base 10. So take the first digit, that is 2, multiplied by the base, that is 5, plus, okay, the second digit, that is 3, multiplied by the base, that is what? 5. Now after you have expanded, now the next thing to do is to indicate the index. And when you are indicating the index, as I said earlier, indicate the index under the base. You start from the right hand side, okay, and start for the number of 0. So for this first one here, it's based on 0. The second one here is full of 1. Assume we say for that one to be like that. Maybe 2 to 3 to the last digit. Now this one means that 5 is power of 1, and this means that 5 is power what? Of 0. So therefore, if you say that that is 2, this one means that 2 multiplied by 5 is power of 1, that gives us 5, plus, okay, here we have 3 multiplied by 5 is power of 0. Anything is power of 0, according to the law of indices, is always equal to what? 1. Sorry for that. It's always equal to 1. So in this place, 5 times, okay, in this place, you have 2 times 5, that's be equal to, that is 10. Plus, and 3 times 1 here, that give us as 3. So when you add it together, 10 plus 3, that will give us what? 13. So that means that this one is equal to 13. So when you are converting 2 3 in base 5 to base 10 is equal to what? 13. Okay, we have covered this one. Now let's cover this part. Okay, sorry, I'm trying to check something. So let's cover the second one here. 101 base 3. Let's cover it to what? To base 10. Now let's cover it to base 10. So when you cover it to base 10, let me try to write it here in the second part here. So let me write this place down here. So that is 101, okay, in base 3. Let's convert it to base 10. So you take the 4 digit, that is 1 multiplied by the base, which is what? 3, plus, and the second digit, that is 0 multiplied by the base, that is what? 3, plus, the next digit, that is 1 multiplied by the base, that is what? 3. Now after we have expanded, now the next thing to do is to indicate the index, the same way we did this one, and the same way we have been doing it in the previous class. That is just the instruction about the number base. Now in this place, now you start from the right hand side there. It's a base power of what? Of 0 here. It's a base power of 0. The second one of the third, the base is power of 1. The third one to be on top, the base is power of what? Of 2. So yeah, so we have on that one like that to the last base. Now this one means that 3 base power of 2 here, and this one means that 3 base power of 1 here, and this one means that 3 base power of what? 0 here. So let's solve the simple mathematics here. So this one now becomes, that is 1 multiplied by 3 base power of 2, that is equal to what? 9, plus, okay, here we have 0 multiplied by 3 base power of 1, that is equal to what? 3, plus we have 1 multiplied by 3 base power of 0, that's 3 base power of 0 is equal to what? 1. Anything base power of 0 is always equal to 1. Any number at all, the base power of 0 is always equal to 1. I get it now. Now, what we just have to do next now, let's do the multiplication. 1 times 9 here, we have 9, okay, plus 0 times 2 here, that's equal to what? 0, plus 1 times 1 here, that is equal to what? 1. Now if we add it together here, that is a 9 plus 0, okay, plus 1, that will give us as 10. Here we have 10 in base 10. So it means that when you are converting 101 in base 3 is equal to 10 in base 10, and that is the step by step and how to convert it. I hope that one is well understood now. Well understood. So before I import it into this one, to the general expression, before we get the value of y, so let's look at how we can get the value of y from this question. Now we have our y. Y is equal to 2 3 base 5, and 2 3 base 5 in base 10 is equal to what? That is what? 1 3 in base 10, that is 13 in base 10 plus, okay, and also we have a 101 in base 3, that is what we get, what? 10 in base 10. So that means the plus what? Plus 10. Okay, if you add it together, y is equal to, that is 13 plus 10, that's equal to what? 23. So that means our y here is equal to 23. Our y is equal to 23. Is that the answer? Okay, is that our answer according to the question? Does our y is equal to 23? Is that the answer in the question? So let's say maybe we have answer as 23 here in the option. Do we have answer as 23? You see the option here. There's not y is equal. There's not 3 in the 23 in the option. So the reason why it does 23 in the option is not that we don't get it correctly. We get it correctly because the answer is a find the value of y. We have get the value of y, but we say leave your answer in base 2. I get now. The what you get as a y, you should leave the answer in base 2. That means that the value you get as a y, you have to convert to what? To base 2. How you getting the scope? So that means that this is being converted to the y you get to converted to base 2. So and our y here, we get our y to be equal to 23. Okay, we get our y to be equal to 23, and we have to convert this 23 to base 2. How do we convert? This 120 here is in base 10 because that is what we convert there. We convert this one back to base 10. That's how we get to 23 in base 10. Now, how do you convert from base 10 to other base? We have to convert this one to from base 10 to base 2. That is the step you have to convert it before you get your full answer. Okay, now let's see how we convert it. Let's see how to convert it. So let's convert this one to base 2. Now we have 2 3. Okay, if you convert it to base 2, that means that you are dividing this number by the base you are converting to, which is base 2. So if you are converting number from base 10 to other base, you will use division method. Take note of that. I've explained it in the yesterday. If you're converting from base 10 to other base, maybe it is base 4, base 5, base 6, to any kind of base apart from base 10, you use what? Division method. So we want to convert this one is in base 10 now. We want to convert it to base 4, base 2. It means that you divide the given question to the base you are told to find, that is base 2. That means that we divide this one by 2. Are we getting it now? Means that we're divided by what? By 2. So that means that 23 will be divided by 2. If we divide 23 by 2, that will give us, it goes what? 11 times. Note, if you use calculator, okay, let me try to solve that one here. Let me explain it here. Let me explain inside this box. If you use calculator, 2 divided by, if you press the calculator, 2 divided by 23 will give us what? 11.5. Okay, now you want to get the remainder because it's 2 cannot divide by 3, it has remainder. What will be the remainder now? If you use the calculator, this is what we get. But if you use a brain or you count it in a normal sheet, you know that it's remainder of certain number. But sorry for that. But if you use what? A calculator, it will give us 11.5. Many of you, that is where you made a mistake. You say that the remainder is 5. The remainder is not 5. To get to a remainder, if you use calculator, you have to multiply this 11 times 2. This whole number here, because we have two type of number here, we have the whole number, we have the decimal number. A number before the decimal point, it is called what? A decimal number, and it's called a whole number, and after this decimal point is called a decimal number. So this 11 here is a what? Is a whole number. Why this 5 here is a decimal number. Now this whole number here, that is 11 times 2, that will give us as 22. Now to get to a remainder, now this 22, we say 11 times 11, this number multiplied by this 2, that give us 22. So that will be multiplied by 2, now will give us what? 22. This whole number multiplied by 2 will give us 22. I will remove this 0.0 there. This whole number, that is 11 times 2, we got 22. Now to get to a remainder, now 22 minus 23, that's the remainder of 1. So that means 2 divided by 23 goes what? 11 times, and to remainder of what? Of 1. I get now. The same thing applicable to this. 2 divided by 11, it goes what? In 5 times. What will be the remainder? The remainder is called what? 1. I hope we are following the class. I hope you guys are following the class. Do you have any question before I proceed for this part? Do you have any question before I pose it for this part? If you get it, let me know in the comment section by saying I understand. Okay, let me know in the comment section if you understand it, so we can pose it. Let me know in the comment section if you understand it, so we can proceed with the class. I hope you get it to that extent. I hope you guys get it to that extent. Okay, now let's go again. So this means that let's divide it again. That is 2 divided by 5. It will be what? It goes what? How many times? How many 2 can you say 5? It goes in 2, and which is what? Middle of what? Of 1. Okay, now let's move to the next one, or let's get 0 here. 2 divided by 2, that is equal to what? 2 divided by 2, that will give us as 1. It goes to 1 time with middle of what? Of 0. Now let's go again. 2 divided by 0, 2 divided by 1 is 0, because 2 cannot divide by 1. 2 is bigger than 1, that is not possible. You write 0. Now this 1 here, it will be your remainder. That will be remainder of what? Remainder of 1. This one here to be remainder of 1. So now let's write it from the beginning. If you want to write it from the bottom to the top. From the bottom to the top. So if you write it down, that is 1. Okay, we have 0, we have 1, okay, we have 1, okay, and we have 1. So that will be in base 2. So we have 0, 1, 0, 1, 1 in 3 places. That's 1, 1, 1. So that is the answer. If you are converting the value of y, you can say therefore our y now is equal to, that is 1, 0, okay, 1, 1, 1 in base 2. That will be the value of y if we try to find this question. That is step by step to solve it. So let's look at the option. Maybe we have the answer in the option. Let's look at the option. That is one. Let's study it very well. The answer is equal to 1, 0, 1, 1. Okay, 1, 0. That is 1, 0 and 3, 1. So let's look at it. Maybe we have it in the option. Let's see. Maybe we have it in the options. Let's see. Maybe if you look at it now, let's say if you have it in the option. So if you look at it now, you can see the option. Okay, option A, we have it 1, 1, 0. No, then you can see it's option B. It's option B. So option B is the correct answer to this given question. That is the step-by-step solution and how you solve this question. If you're trying to find this question now in this upcoming examination, I think by now you can say that this is well understood. By now you should know how to solve that. Okay, you should know how to solve that. So that is how you solve this question. If you see this kind of question in this upcoming examination, that is step by step to solve it. You can see how simple is it. So you can check it, check the solution. If you have any question, let me know in the comment section. And if you get it correctly, if you don't have any question, please let me know in the comment section by saying that I understand or I understood, so we can proceed to the next question. If you understand, please let's move to the comment section and let's say I understand, so we can proceed to the next question. You can proceed to the next question. So we can proceed in the next question. I'm waiting for your response, guys, so we can move to the next question. I'm so waiting for your response, guys, so we can proceed to the next question. So hope it is well understood. I hope it is well understood. Okay, I understand. So I don't have any question. Okay, good. Now let's move to the next question. Let's move to the next question. So let me try to create a space for the next question. This is the solution to question 2. Let me try to rule it out, to board it out here. Okay. Now let me see how space we still have left here. Okay, we still have enough space. Now let's look at the question 3. What do we have at the question 3? The question 3 says that we should evaluate. Okay, the question 3 reads that we should evaluate 2022 base 3 minus 1122 base 3. This is the arithmetic in number-based system. This one is not the way you just solve it in mathematics. It's different. Okay, the way what we have here is different. It is a base 3. In a non-mathematics that we always solve, that one is always in base 10, but this one is given in base 3. So let's copy the question down and then we solve it. We start to evaluate 2022 in base 3 minus 1122 in base 3. So that will be, let me write it out so we can solve it together. Okay, let me solve it here. Let me try to rule this part out. So that is question 3. So we have to evaluate. We have 2022 in base 3 minus, that is 1122 in base 3. We're told to evaluate is, that is the question that was being given. Let me check it, maybe I got it correctly. Let me check it for confirmation, maybe I got it correctly. So that is 233, because it's 2022 minus 1122 in base 3. So let me check it. Maybe that is what I wrote. Okay, I think that is what I wrote. So let's simplify it. Let's evaluate it. Okay, and this one is what is 22. Okay, that is 22 in base 3, and minus we have 1122 in base 3. This is quite very simple. Let's see how we can solve the question. Let's see how we can solve this question. So let's write this one out in the normal way we used to solve it in mathematics. So we have a 2, we have 0, we have 2, we have 2. Okay, that is this, and this we're starting this from this. So start from this place, that is 2. Okay, the next 2, that is with 2, and next one to be what? 1, 1, and they are in base 3, and they are in base 3. We're told to subtract it, so let's subtract it. Let's subtract it. So if you have any question to this extent, you can let me know. Okay, let's subtract it. Let's subtract it. Now if we are subtracting it now, we have a 2 minus 2. No, mathematics 2 minus 2, what do we get? That will give us a 0. So we have 0 here. Okay, 2 minus 2, we still have 0. So this one to give us a 0. Very simple. This question is very simple. Now 1 minus 0, does it possible? It's not possible. You cannot subtract 1 from 0. Okay, you have to borrow 1 from the second number here, and when you borrow 1 from this 2 we have here, this one becomes what? 1. Okay, that's 1 minus 1. 1 minus 2 here means what? 1. Note, okay, you say you borrow 1, what we want becomes, because we are working toward base 3, when you borrow number from base 3, okay, when you borrow 1 from base 3, the 1 will automatically become 3. I get now. The one we borrow from this space, when we want to come to this space, is the other one to become what? 3. 3 plus the number here, that is 3 plus 0 here, that is 3. So this one we have what? 3. I get now. Let me explain it again. 1 minus 0 is not possible. We borrow 1 from this 2. So 1 minus 2 here, we have 1. The one we borrow from this 2 here, if we come to this space, we automatically becomes what? 3. Why it is 3? Because we are working towards base 3. Assume that this base is in base 4. The one we borrow here will automatically becomes what? 4. Here we are working towards base 3. That is one we borrow here will automatically becomes what? 3. And the number, the 3 be added to this number. 3 plus 0 here we see half as 3. So that is the reason why I write what? 3 here. 1 minus 3, that's equal to what? 2. So here you have what? 2. And here remains 1. There's no more 2 anymore. This remains what? 1. 1 minus 1, that's equal to what? 0. So that means that when you are converting, when you are evaluating this, when you are subtracting this from this, in base 3 is equal to what? This will be the answer. It's equal to 0200 or 200 in base 3. That is the solution, and that is how you solve it. So let's look at the option. Maybe we have the option there in a question, that is 200. Let's say maybe we have the option in a question there. You can see. So the option is not in a question. The option is not there. The option is not there. I think that there is error in this particular question. There is error in this particular question. Let me check it from the textbook. Let me check it from the textbook. I think there should be error in this particular question. Let me check it for the textbook. I'm trying to check it for the textbook. Oh, I am not getting the question from the textbook. I'm coming. Just wait a moment. Try to check it from the textbook. From the textbook, for the past question I picked it for. I couldn't remember the year I picked the question from. Okay. Evaluate. I think there's error in the question. There's error in the question. I can't find it from the textbook. Well, there is error in the question. Sorry for that. So that is the step by that is how you solve it. If you're given that kind of question, that is how you solve it. So there is error in the question, and I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to figure the error in the question. Sorry for that. I'm trying to figure the error of the question, but I can't find it. I can't find it for interest. I don't remember the year. I don't remember the year it was being exerted. I couldn't remember the year that this has been exerted. Okay. I can't find it. I can't find the actual. Oh, yes, there's a mistake in the question. I found it. There's a mistake in the question. In the question, let me write the question. That is very interesting question, please. Let me write the question out there. Let me write the question out there. So I would like to share this question with you. There's a mistake in the question. There's a mistake in the question. Let me write the question 3. Let me write it correctly here, and let's solve it together. This question 3, it is very important. It's very important. Okay. There's a mistake in the question I write up there. So let me wipe up this. Let me share with you the real question 3. That is not the question. There's a mistake in the question I dropped here. Okay. So in the question, it says that we should evaluate. We're told to evaluate from the textbook. Okay. We're told to evaluate. That is 2. Sorry, let me take my pen out. So the evaluate that is 202. Okay. We're told to evaluate 202 square in base 3 minus, and we have 1 we have 112 square in base 3. Okay, 112 square in base 3. That is what we're told to evaluate. We're told to evaluate this. Okay, we're told to evaluate this in base 3. Okay, well, 202 square in base 3 minus 112 in base 3. That is the question we're told to solve. Okay, that is 112 base 3 square. That is what we're told to solve, and that is what we're told to solve. Now, how do you attempt to solve this question? If you were said to solve this question, if this question is being given, how do you solve it? Now, yesterday I explained something similar to this, but that one is in base 2. I explained something similar to this yesterday class. But that one is in base 2. Now let's solve it. If we give this question in this common examination, how do you attempt to solve the question? It's very simple. How do you attempt to solve this question if this question is being given? Now, let's say I will solve it. So this one means that if 202 square in base 3, if you remember in mathematics, if you have a square, the same thing that a multiplied in 7 2 times, that means that a multiplied by a. So the same applicable to this. So so this one to be equal to, if we should make this one also the same thing, like, because that means that this one multiplied itself in 2 times. So that means we have 202 square. It means in base 3 is equal to, okay, 202 base 3 multiplied by the 202 in base 3. That is the expression. That's the meaning of this square multiplying itself in 2 times. Now let's solve this one, and then we solve this, we put it into this expression, and we get our answer. Please listen carefully, because this one you may made a mistake where you solve a question under the particular base 3, likely this question, if you're solving it, you will make mistake. So please listen carefully. Sorry for the network break. Sorry for the network, it breaks. Sorry for the network, it breaks. Sorry for the network. So let's see how we can solve it now. So if you want to solve it now, that means that if you want to solve it now, that means that this one, okay, is equal to, that is 202, okay, and also we have 202. Let's do the multiplication the normal way in mathematics. So note they are in base 3. Listen here, they are in base 3. 2 times 2, we have 4. Okay, 2 times 2 here, we have 4. So, and in our base 3, what are the number you can find in base 3? The highest number you can find in base 3 is 2. Let me list out the number we can find in base 3. So in our base 3, let me write it base, okay, 3. The number you can find in base 3, we have 0, okay, we have 1, we have 2, that's the number you can find in base 3. We have 3 digits of number you can only find in base 3. Any number apart from this, you have to convert it to base 3. Just understand, if you multiply, if you add, if you divide any number that is more than this, you have to multiply it back, you have to convert it back to base 3. And again now, you have to convert it back to base 3. So in this place, if you're converting something, if you see that 2 times 2, we have 4. Do we have 4 in base 3? No. We don't have 4 in base 3. That means that we have to convert it back to base 3. So that means that we're converting this one back to 2 times 2, we have 4. We have 4. We convert 4 back to base 3. That means that we divide it by what? By 3. Again, 3 divided by 4, that is 1. Okay, how many times remaining? That is remainder of what? So that is 3 times 1. 3 divided by 4, that is goes in 1 time, we made a fourth of 1. Now we go again, 3 divided by 1 is not possible, that is 0. Okay, that the remainder is to be equal to what? We made out of this one, that is 1. I get now, that is called what? 1. So 3 divided by 4, it goes 1 with remainder of 1, and 3 divided by 1 is not possible, write 0, you write this one as a remainder. Now that will equal to, you write it down to up here, that's equal to what? 1, 1. How are we getting this? How we are getting this? So it means that we have 1, 1. Okay, so you write 1, you keep the other 1 to the next digits, to the next multiplication. You keep it. Do you know that? You keep it. You know that we are keeping 1. So 2 times 1, 0, plus the 1 we keep, that makes it what? 1. I hope this one is well understood. Now, let's move to the next one. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 in base 3 is equal to what? 1, 1. Okay, we don't have anyone we are keeping again. If you say 2 times 2 here is 1, and 2 times 2 here is 2 times 2 here is 4, and 4 in base 3 is equal to what? 1, 1. So we don't have any number we are keeping here, so you have to what? Write what? The 1, 1 here. I hope you guys are getting this. Now, we are done with this one, so let's go to this one, the second one, which is 0. 0 times 2, if that is, that will be 0. 0 times 0, they have 0. 0 times 2 here, we have what? As 0. Are we getting that? Now let's go back to this 2 here. 2 times 2 here, that is 4. And 4 in base 3, that gives us 1, 1. So it means that we have 1 here. You keep 1 to the next number. 2 times 0, that is 0. Plus the 1 we keep, that gives us as what? As 1. 2 times 2, that is 4. Okay, 4 in base 2, that gives us as 1, 1. So it means that we have what? 1 and 1 here. And we get now. That gives us what? 1 and 1 there. So next thing to do here is to add it together. Let's add it. Okay. Let's add it. This question, if you are not careful, you will make mistake. If you don't solve this question carefully, you made a mistake. So let's add it together. So that is here we have 1 here, because nothing is divided. We have 1. Here have 1 plus 0 here. That 1 plus 0 here, that is 1. 1 plus 0 here, that is 0 plus 1 here, that is 2, and we can see 2 in base 3, so here we have what to be 2. 1 plus 0 here, that is 0 plus 1 here, that is 2, we divide the 2 because we can see 2 in base 3, and also here we miss what, we have 1 here, we don't have a number here, that is 1 what, 1 1. I get down. So that is means that when you are multiply this, when you find the square of this, 202 square is equal to this in base 3. That is the answer in base 3. Now let's deal with this one, with this part. Let's solve this one on the same thing we did for this, like the same thing we also do in this particular one. So that means that we have what, we have 1 square, 2 square in base 3. The same thing by saying 1 multiplied by 2 rather 2 multiplied by 2. They are what in base 3. Now let's solve it now. That is 1 2, and same thing the second one, that is 1 and 2, and they are what in base 3. They are what in base 3. We are multiplying together. So let's do the multiplication the way we did for this. Now if I do the multiplication now, remember in base 3 the highest number you can see in base 3 is 2. That is that the number in base 3 we have 0. The number you can find in base 3, I write it up here. We have 0, we have 1, and we have 2. These are the number we can find what in base 3. Now if you say 2 times 2 here, that is 4, and 4 in base 3 is equal to what as 1 1. That is what we convert here is equal to what 1 1. That means we write 1 here and keep the 1 to the next multiplication. You write 1, you keep 1. 2 times 1, that 2 times 1, that is 2, plus 1 you keep, that is what 3. I get now 2 times 1, that is 1, plus 1 you keep, that is 3. I get now, 2 times 1, that is 2 rather, plus the 1 you keep, that make it what 3. And in base 3 we do have 3 in base 3. You have to convert the 3 into base 3. That is 3 divided by 3. 3 divided by 3, that is 1. Remainder of what of 0. 3 divided by 1, that's 3 divided by 1, that is 0. Remainder of what of this one. So it means that when you convert 3 in base 3, right from down to top, that is 1 0. So when you are converting 3 to base 3 is equal to 1 0. Now you write this 0. You carry this one to the next. You carry 3 now. You carry 1 here to the next multiplication. Now we have 2 times 1, that is 2, plus the 1 we keep. Okay, that's give us 3, and 3 in base 3 is equal to what 1 0. So it means that we write what 0 1. Yeah, I hope that one, that aspect is well cleared. I hope that aspect is well cleared. I hope that aspect is well clear. I hope you getting this aspect. I hope this one is well cleared. Okay, I hope you get this aspect. Now that is how you do the multiplication. Now let's go to the second digit here, which is 1. 1 times 2. 1 times 2, that is what 2. I get that. We have 2 in base 3, so we have 2 here. Now 1 times 1, that is 1. 1 times 1, that is what 1. I get now. So this one is 3. So we'll move to the next one. That is 1. 1 times 2 here, that's equal to what 2. So 1 times 1, that is 1. And 1 times 1, that is equal to what 1. And then what you just have to do here is to do the addition. You add it together. You add it together. So when you add it together, we have 1 here, 2 here, that is equal to 2, and 2 minus 2 plus 1, that is 3. Plus 0, that is still 3, and in 3 we can see 3 in base 3, and 3 in base 3 is equal to what 1 0. So it means that we write what 0, you keep 1 to the next addition. You have 1 plus 1, that is 1 plus 1, that is equal to 3, plus 1 you keep, that is equal to 4, and 4 in base 3, that is 11, that is 1 1. You write 1, you keep 1 to the other part. I will get down, you keep 1 to the other part. Now we have 1 here. 1 plus 1 we keep, that give us as what as 2 days. That is 8. I get down. So that means that when you are converting 1 1, when you are doing the multiplication of 1 1 2 in base 3 square, the answer is to be equal to 21021. That will be the answer in base 3. If you are square of this will be the answer in base 3. Are you following? So now the next thing to do here, since you have got the both part, we have got this part according to the expression in the question. According to the expression in the question that says that we have 202 base 3 square minus 1 base 2 square. We have to like this and we have do the multiplication. So I don't understand that side. Okay, let me be well clear so guys can understand that. So it is this last one I did here. Let me explain it again. What I mean here is that when we add this one, I mean, which part you don't understand, or it is the last part I did here I don't understand. Okay, it is the last part I did here. Is this that one you don't understand? Let me know before I proceed. Okay, it says that, okay, 1 plus 1 is power 2. Okay, this part, right? Okay, let me explain it the way I saw it. This is how I saw it. Okay, this is how I saw it. What I said that 2 times 2, that gives us as 4. Okay, 2 times 2 here we have 4, and in base 3 the only number we can see the highest number you can see in base 3 is 2. That number we can see in base 3, that is 0, 1, 2, and we say 2 times 2 here is 4, and we can say 4 in base 3. You have to convert it backward to base 3, and in the previous one when we convert this 4 to base 3, we have it as 1, 1, that is 11, that is 1, 1. I write this one, I carry 1 to the next multiplication. I write 1, I keep 1. Just I write 1, I keep 1. Now when I say 2 times 1, that is what? 2. Plus the 1 I keep, that make it what? 3. And 3 in base 3 is equal to what? 1, 0. So I write 0, I keep this 1 to the next multiplication. Okay, that is 2 times 1, that is 2. I get now. So 2 times 1, that's where you have 2. Just done. So the 2 will be added to the 1 I keep, that's make it what? Let's make it 3. And 3 in base 3, that is what? As 1, 0. So that is why I write what? 1, 0 here. That is what I get this part. Now for this part now, 2 times 1, that's equal to what? That is 2. 1 times 1, that is equal to 1. 1 times 1, that is equal to 1. Now we go to the next one. The reason why I write this 2, because this 2 we can see 2 in base 3, so you don't need to convert that. Now the next one, that is 1. 1 times 1, 1 times 2, that is half 2. 1 times 1, we have 1. 1 times 1, we have what? 1. So that is an I get this. Now when I add it, okay, how did I get 1? Okay, 1, 0. Okay, this is how I get it. Let me explain the part again. Listen, let me explain it again. In this place, this is where you made a mistake. 2 times 2, that is 4. Let me explain it again here. 2 times 2 here, that is 4. You agree with that? Now in base 3, you can't see 4 in base 3. You only see 0, 1, and 2 in base 3. So it means that this 4 is bigger than the number you can find in base 3. You need to convert this 4 back to base 3, whereby you have to divide it by what? By 3. Now if you divide it by 3, 4 divided by 3, 4 divided by 3 divided by 4, that is what? It goes in 1 times, it will make up of 1. You go again, divided by 3 again, 3 divided by 1, that is 0. The remainder of 1, this one to be your remainder, that is the remainder of 1. Now it will write it from the bottom to the top, that is what? 1, 1. So that means that when you have 4 in base 3, it will be equal to what? 1, 1. Take note of that. 4 in base 3 is equal to what? 1, 1. Take note of that. Now, we have the question that 2 times 2, we have 4. And 4 in base 3 is equal to what? 1, 1. I write this one. This is the one I wrote here. Okay. And I keep this one to the next multiplication. I write this one, this is the one, and I keep one to the next multiplication. Now the next one now, 2 times 1, that's equal to 2. 2 times 1, that is equal to 2. Plus the one I keep, that's making what? 3. And in the base 3, there's not 3 in base 3. I get now, there's no 3 in base 3. We only have 2 there, and you have to convert the 3 in base 3. You have to convert 3 to base 3. That is why we have 3 divided by 3 here. We have 1 remainder of 0. 3 divided by 1, we have 0 remainder of 1. And 3 in base 3, we have it as what? As 1, 0. So I write this 0. This is the 0 I write here. I keep this one to the next digit. I get them to the next multiplication. I keep this one to the next multiplication. Now, if I say that 2 times 1, that is also equal to what? 2. Plus the one I keep from this place. The one I keep from this place now, it now becomes 3. And 3 in base 3 is equal to what? Is equal to 1, 0. So that is that I can write this one as 1, 0 here. That is why I write this one as 1, 0 here. I hope you get that aspect before I proceed. I hope you get that aspect before I proceed. If you get it now, if you get this stage here, let me know. If you get this part here, let me know before I proceed. If you get this part, let me know before I proceed. If you get that part, let me know before I proceed. So I'm waiting for a response. I'm waiting for the response. If you get these parts, let me know. Okay. Now. Oh yes, Oluwabukola is just joining us. Okay. Now, let's move. Since we don't have any issue with this part again, so let's move to the next part here. Now to get this step here, I said 2 times 2 here. To get the second part, we have done with this one. This time this we have 4, and 4 in base 2 we have what? 1, 1. I had to write out. Okay, I can continue. Wow, good. Now the second part here, that is, so we get 1 times 2 here, we have 2. Okay, that's why this 2. 1 times 1 we have 1. 1 times 1 here we have this one, and same thing we goes to this one. Okay, 1 times 2 here we have this 2. 1 times 1 here we have this one. 1 times 1 here we have this one. It's 3 plus 0. Okay, plus 0, that's equal to what? That also equal to 3. And 3 in base 3 is equal to 1, 0. I write this 0. Okay, this is 0. I keep 1 to the next one. So 1 plus 1 plus 1, that is 3. Plus 1 I keep, make it 4. And 4 in base 3 is equal to what? 1, 1. I write 1, I keep 1 to the next one. So here we have 1 here. 1 plus 1 I keep. That's what I get for these 2. Okay, that's what I get for these 2. That's what I get for these 2. Now that will be the answer to this. So we have 112 square is equal to 21021. That will be the answer. Oh, they are just joining us. Don't worry, you're catching up. You're catching up. I told you we started by 8. We are almost in the class, but you can still join us. We still have some time left. Now, let's go again. Let's put it to the what we have in the expression from the question. Let's say for the question said that this square minus this square, and for this one 202, 202 square base 3, we have our answer as equal to 1122 1122. That is the answer. And when we have 121 112 base 3 square, we have the answer to be equal to this. So let's put it in that mathematical expression and then we solve it. I've told you guys, if you are not smart, if you are too much versed in this question is very, very important. This is JAMB question though. I'm trying to explain it for you, that is why it take too long. And if you don't try to understand it very well, you will make a mistake while solving it. So we have the question 202 square in base 3 minus we have 112 base 3 square. Now this one, what we get as this, from what we have as this one 202, we get it at this 202. This is what we get as a 202. So that means that this one becomes 1122 11 in base 3 minus and 112 square in base 3, we have it as this, that is 21021 in base 3. That is what we get as in base 2. Now let's do the subtraction now. So for this part now, let's write it out here. That is 1, we have 1, we have 2, 2, we have 1, 1. They are what in base 3. Now we have this one, start from this way, that is 1. Next one we have 2, and the next one we have 0. The next one we have 1. The next one we have what? We have 2, and we are subtracting it. So let's subtract it, and they are what in base 3. Let's subtract it. Now, if you want to subtract it in base 3, listen here. I will explain something here. Many of students does not understand this part. Though I've explained this one in that previous, that is the third question. I mean the second question we solved earlier. I've explained something similar to this. I've explained something similar to this. Even though yesterday I explained something similar to this. I say something similar to this. Now let's go again. If you have one, we are subtracting 1 minus 1, that gives us a 0. We have 0 in base 3. Now 2 minus 1, does it possible? It's not possible in base 3. You have to borrow 1 from next number. We have to borrow 1 for next number. Now when you say 2, when you say 2 minus 1, 2 minus 1 is not possible. So you borrow 1 for this page. You borrow 1 for this page, this one means 1. We have 1 here. So the one we borrow here will automatically becomes 3 because we're working towards base 3. The one we borrow here will automatically becomes what? 3. Now 3 plus this one, that will give us as 4. I hope you are getting this. Is it 2 minus 1? 2 minus 1 is not possible because this 2 is bigger than this one. We number 1 from this page. This one becomes 1. The one we borrow will automatically becomes 3. 3 plus this 1 we have here making what? 4. 2 minus 4, what we have, that is 2. I hope that one is very clear. I hope that part is very clear. I hope you are getting it. If you get to that extent, please let me know before I proceed. If you get it to that extent, please let me know before I proceed. If you don't have any issue with it, let me know so I can go. If you understand that part, let me know so I can go. I can continue with the solution of it. Are we there? Are we following? Okay, good. Now let's move to the next one now. So 0 here we have 1. Note that we left with 1 here. This is no more 2 again. We only left with what? With 1. 0 minus 1. Z minus 1 is not what? Say it's not positive. Z minus 1 it is positive because you can subtract 0 from 1. So Z minus 1 is still what? 1. So this one will drop what? 1. Now let's come to this part. 2 minus 1, that is what? No, that is 1. Again now let's come to this part. 2 wait, 1 minus 1 minus 2, yeah, that is 1. Rather, it's not 2 minus 1. 1 minus 2, they give us 1. 2 minus 1 here, it is not possible because this 2 is bigger than this one. We have to borrow 1 for this next number here. So when you borrow 1 for this place now, that becomes what? 0. Again now, so the one we borrow from this place now will automatically becomes 3 because we're going to base 3. Will automatically becomes 3. 3 plus this now 1 we have here, that's making what? 4. I get now. I hope you are getting it. That's the same thing applicable to this place, and that's the same thing what I did here. I get now. So 2 minus 4, we have 2, and here we have 0 here. 0 here does not have any meaning. So that means that when you are subtracting this square minus this to be the answer in base 3. Okay now, that will be the answer in base 3. That is the step by step to solve this question. If you are not careful when you are solving this question, you made a mistake. You made a very big mistake. You can see how simple is this question and the way I break it down. I hope you understand it the way I break it down, the way we get the final answer here. For those of you that just joined us, you have missed a lot. You guys have missed a lot. You guys, I missed a lot. Me guys, I missed a lot. So that is the step by step to solve the question, and that will be the answer. Let me say maybe the option are correct because the question here is not correct with what I wrote out. So let me say maybe the option here is correct according to the question I sent to you yesterday for you guys to solve. You can say that is 2. I don't think that is let me say what do we get as the final answer? That is 211. Okay, 21120. So I think the option that we have there is correct. It's just the question is not correct. So let's say, okay, I think it's option A. Okay, I think it's option A. I think the option A is the answer. I think the option A. But this question is not correct. It's supposed to be. It's not 2 years. It's supposed to be square here. This 2 is to be cancelled. It's supposed to be square here. This is to be cancelled. It's supposed to be what? To be square here. It's not in 2. So this is the question, and that is the step by step. That is step by step to solve this question. And see how simple is this question. You can see how simple is this question is being solved. But if you are not careful, you will make a mistake while you are solving this question. If you made a mistake while you are solving this question, that is step by step. This is almost 9:30 that we should round up the class. But let me say maybe I can stay ending. Maybe I can stay ending by 10 o'clock. So let's say the question 4. I want to try to solve this question 4. I've solved something similar to it in the yesterday class. I've solved this question 4, something similar to this in yesterday class. I solved it. I think I've solved that. This question 4 in the yesterday class. Okay, should I solve this question 4 for you guys, or you guys should test it at classwork? It is always my time is almost up. My time is always up. We are closing by 9:30 and this is 9:32. Can you solve this question 4? Or should I give it to you? Okay, let's do like this. Let me give it to you as classwork. Question 4 as assignments rather. This question 4, question 5, and question 6. Okay, we can do it ourselves. Good. Do it and submit it to my DM. Do it and submit it to my DM. For those of you that just joined us, without joining our group, let me share the link. I will drop the link to the group for you guys to join us. I will drop the link to the group for you guys to join us. Let me try to copy the link and I'll drop the link to the group. You guys can join us. I'll drop the link to the group. You guys can join us. So you can check it. Join us. I want to try to drop the link so you guys can join us if you haven't joined our group yet. Okay, join our group. I'm trying to type the link down. Okay. So I've sent the link. So if you haven't joined us, you can join us in our group and then send me a message, send me this assignment. Okay, this is assignment submitted before 7 p.m. tomorrow, before 7 p.m. tomorrow, so we can solve the solution here tomorrow. And I'll be hopefully tomorrow we shall be moving to the next topic, but I will first of all solve this correction to this one. If you guys drop it to my DM before 7 o'clock tomorrow, I'll solve the solution to this question. I'll solve the solution to this question before we move to the next topic. Thank you guys for today mathematics lesson. Thank you guys for today mathematics for coming. Please before your friend, tell your friends, okay, tell your friends to join us. Okay, invite your friends to join us. Invite your friends to join us. Invite your friends to join us, please. So tomorrow again it will be another day. Please don't come late. We start immediately. It is 8 o'clock. Okay, we start immediately 8 o'clock. We start immediately. It is 8 o'clock. That is where we start our class tomorrow. Thank you guys for this moment. We shall meet again tomorrow. Bye for now. Bye for now. Bye for now. Okay, he said that which number is the assignment? I said the assignment is question 4, okay, question 5 and question 6. That is assignment. I give it to you assignment now. I gave it to you assignment. That is question 4, okay, question 5 and question 6. So you can write it down, okay, you can write it down, and I will also help you drop it to the group. I will also help you guys drop it to the group. So to make it easy, I will also help you guys drop it to the group. Okay, we have 3 assignments. That is the question 4, and the question 4 is that given that 4p 4 base 5 equal 9 base 10, find the value of p. So we have it. Okay, now, okay, you are welcome. We are welcome. You are welcome. You're welcome. So let's meet again tomorrow. Tomorrow it will be another beautiful day. So before your friends, tell your friends to join us in the class. Thank you, and thank you.